new people joining us at the table, so again, welcome to everyone. And this is Dia Penning. She used to be our Civic Engagement Director, and she's now out in San Francisco, and she's helping us out on a variety of the projects. Definitely you guys have all fed your applications through her and been in contact. And I know a lot of you, but not everyone. I'm Amy Mooney, and I teach here in the Art and Design Department. I teach a lot of different art history classes, and I'm also this year's Critical Encounters Fellow. And this is Stephen DeSantis, who's
Hi.
motioning. Stephen, tell us who you are, what you do.
I'm Stephen DeSantis. I'm a Columbia alum, actually. I have my MFA here from Book and Paper from 3 years ago. I work in academic affairs now, and amongst other things, I'm co-chairing with Amy Critical Conversation.
Great. So the three of us really are going to be your contact folks, and that's why, as you will see if you take a look at your workshop guidelines, our phone numbers are here. And for those of you who are just coming in, make sure you get the 5 pieces of paper. So at any point of the workshop that you need something, something's gone astray, you have a question, feel free to make use of these cell phones. We are here for you to support your engagement and really just pretty much available throughout the whole process and beyond. So you'll find, as you know, the director and a friend of mine, Lot Hill of the Center for Teaching Excellence, says, our classes are really intense and amazing at Columbia, but it's these experiences of being able to come together outside of an academic context and engage in communities beyond that familiar Columbia spaces that truly mark an individual and unique experience. And one of the key things that we've tried to do is invite people actually into our workshop who aren't from Columbia. So this is kind of the key goal, is literally to redefine our communities and to have an understanding of the ways that we can get into civic engagement, arts activism, through a variety of tools and skill sets that really you all are going to be bringing to the table. So with that said, until we hear from Ali, who just wanted to briefly give you kind of a hi, hello, this is what Motiroti does, I'd like to just go ahead and jump right in with you guys. And I think Stephen, Dia, and I will kind of tag team as we walk through this schedule and give you a little bit of a sense of orientation. This is definitely just a preliminary meeting, and I think that we will spend a lot of time getting to know one another throughout the workshop. But it might be a good opportunity for us to just go around and hear from everybody and do a little intro. So if you could tell us your name, where you're coming from, anything else that you'd like to share, that would be a really, I think, helpful moment.
My name is David Flynn, and I am, up to this point, not had a lot of experience in Columbia College. So I'm excited to sort of be part of this group. Recently I started a nonprofit organization called Social Innovation Advocates, and a big piece of that is to use art to tell the story of activists. And so I want to really learn how to do that to the best of my ability and utilize different practices. So.
Thank you so much, David. Nice to
Hi
meet you.
everyone, my name is Meg Peterson, and I grew up in Libertyville, Illinois. Currently live in Pilsen. I actually just moved back to Chicago after living for a year in London, studying cultural policy and management for my master's degree. And I actually wrote a paper about Motiroti, which is what originally drew me to the project. And so I'm really excited about learning more about what they actually do, aside from just like a marketing standpoint, which is what my paper was about. Personally, I'm a painter, and I worked as an arts educator for 4 years in Chicago before I left for London. And now being back, I'm just interested in meeting some like-minded people and getting involved in some more community arts-based projects. So,
I welcome it. Nice to meet you.
I'm Brian. I teach in the theater department, so I know Elizabeth well, and I'm getting her to London, by golly. So, so I've worked with Dia. I've worked with the Center for Community Arts Partnerships for 12 years, doing a lot of work with community, I know it's a terrible word, arts organizations around the city, and getting students to begin to educate themselves as teaching artists. And I'm also a performer and director and all that kind of stuff. And I'm from Canada.
There you go. Not said in a superior than thou way.
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
My name's Jacqueline Humphrey. I'm also from Canada. I'm actually working with my media relations class to help with the facilitation of the communications of the project. I am graduating in December with my second BA in marketing communications. My first BA is in sociology, so I'm really looking forward to witnessing the interactions between everybody in the project, and I'm really excited to be here.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Jacqueline.
Hi, my name is Nidia. I'm from Colombia. I grew up there. I came here to go to school. My major is photography. And the reason why I'm interested in this is because I run a nonprofit in Colombia that involves art and putting like all the neighborhoods together, so I don't say communities, but so that's why this is like really interesting to me.
Great, welcome.
I'm Hannah Friedman, and I'm sorry if you can't hear me, I'm getting over a cold. I work in theater in Chicago. I'm originally from California. I live in Andersonville. I'm interested in this project because I'm curious about how art can create communities, just again a terrible word, or how it can create just groups of people. I don't know, I think that it can be, that artistic creativity can be used for social activism, and I'm not sure how. And I think that's really interesting, and I think this is a place to explore that.
Welcome, Hannah. You've met me, Amy Booney. Mike?
My name is Mike O'Malley, and I'm getting my second bachelor's degree in art history at Columbia. My first was in English from University of Florida, so I moved up from Florida about a year ago. And I live in Oak Park now, and I'm interested in this project because I'm really interested in researching and looking into like artistic practice that is overlapping with what would be traditionally called community development things. So,
Great. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, I'm Tempest Hazel. I'm an alumna of Columbia. I studied art history and visual arts management, and I founded a nonprofit called 60 Inches from Center, and we document art around the city as it happens outside of institutions, so trying to connect directly with artists, speak directly to them, document their work. And I'm interested in this project specifically because I think it's called creative placemaking has been something that, a term that is used a lot here in Chicago, especially with the work that like the Astor Gates is doing and things like that. And I feel that food is it's an instant way to connect people. And since I love food, I love art. I'm from Bronxville, so I'm really interested in how to build that community up more. So this would be a great way to think about that.
Okay, excellent.
But there are some